The drama surrounding Shadur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns is growing into one of the most compelling storylines in football right now. Here, you have a young quarterback with talent, confidence, and the pedigree of an NFL legend, sitting third on the depth chart while a struggling Browns offense leaves fans and analysts shaking their heads. It's a situation that feels like it's only a matter of time before the dam breaks. And voices like Stephen A. Smith are making sure no one forgets the pressure that's building in Cleveland. Shadur Sanders has never lacked belief in himself. Coming out of Colorado, he put up eye-popping numbers, over 4,000 passing yards, more than 70% completions, and a poise in the pocket that made him look like he belonged at the next level. Statistically, he proved everything he needed to prove in college. And yet here he is in Cleveland, buried behind Gabriel and Joe Flacco, waiting for his shot. Some would be humbled by that. Some would take the benching as a hit to their confidence. But not Sanders. He's doubled down on the message that he'll be ready whenever his moment comes. And he's said it with a calm, unshakable confidence that has only fueled the debate. Stephen A. Smith, never one to stay quiet when he sees talent being overlooked, took to the airwaves with fire. He flat out declared that the Browns need to stop holding Sanders back. In his words, "This kid is great." The media chatter about one poor preseason performance or rookie mistakes doesn't matter when you look at the bigger picture. Sanders has the talent, the numbers, and most importantly, the confidence to step into the NFL and succeed. Smith wasn't hedging his words. He said Sanders is more than ready. Part of Stephen A.'s conviction comes from the Sanders name. It's impossible to separate Shadur from his father, Deion Sanders, one of the greatest athletes to ever play professional sports. Deion isn't just a father. He's a mentor, a coach, and a living embodiment of football excellence. When a legend like Primetime himself says his son is ready, it carries weight. Stephen A. reminded the world of this connection, pointing out that Shedeur has had guidance and preparation, unlike almost any other player entering the league. That kind of foundation is priceless. It means Sanders isn't just bringing raw ability to the NFL, he's bringing a lifetime of football knowledge passed down from one of the sharpest minds the game has ever seen. But for every positive, there's a shadow. Confidence can be a double-edged sword. Stephen A. warns Sanders against making bold public claims about being better than current NFL quarterbacks. The league is a prideful place. Players don't forget those kinds of statements. Every cornerback, every linebacker, every defensive coordinator takes it personally when a rookie suggests he can outplay veterans. And when that rookie finally gets on the field, the target on his back only grows larger. Stephen A. stressed that Sanders has to be mindful his words will always carry more weight than others. The same swagger that makes fans love him can turn into fuel for opponents determined to humble him. Ryan Clark echoed those concerns, putting the spotlight on what it means to carry the Sanders name. Being Shadur isn't just about talent. It's about the pressure, the microscope, the scrutiny that never lets up. Clark said that every word Sanders speaks will be dissected, every action magnified, and every mistake amplified. People are waiting for him to stumble, and not just because of football. They're waiting because he represents something bigger. He's not just another quarterback trying to make a roster, he's a cultural figure, a name that resonates beyond the field. And with that cultural relevance comes resentment. People don't want him to succeed easily. They want to see if the weight will break him. Cam Newton, who knows better than most what it means to enter the NFL as both a star and a target, added his perspective. Newton warned that the system itself won't always play fair. He's seen it. He's lived it. Teams, coaches, and executives sometimes work to undercut players who stand out, who carry too much attention, who challenge the norms. Sanders, Newton argued, isn't just another player. He's already the most culturally relevant rookie quarterback in the league. His jersey sales prove it. He may be third on the depth chart, but he's number one in buzz, number one in attention, and that makes him both a threat and a target. Newton's message was clear. Sanders isn't just fighting for playing time. He's fighting against an establishment that may not be comfortable with his presence. That's why voices like Stephen A. are pushing harder. With every Cleveland misstep on offense, the calls get louder. How much longer can the Browns ignore Sanders when they can't even generate consistent offense with the players ahead of him? How much longer before the fans demand a change? Stephen A. put it bluntly, the Browns can't hide him forever. Pressure from the field, pressure from the media, and pressure from the stands will eventually force their hand. And here's the reality. Shadur Sanders represents more than just a football decision. He represents a challenge to the NFL system itself. His father's legacy, his undeniable skill, his cultural following, these are not things that can be brushed aside. He's disruptive in the best way, a reminder that talent doesn't always fit the tidy narrative teams want to control. Every day he sits, every time he speaks, the spotlight grows larger. The Browns may think they're easing him in, but what they're really doing is building a storm they won't be able to contain much longer. Ryan Clark made one final point that hits at the heart of the debate. He said fans don't want Sanders to change. They don't want to see him humbled or muted by the NFL machine. They want him to keep that edge, that confidence, that belief in himself. It's what makes him unique. It's what makes him a leader. But Clark also admitted that playing the game sometimes literally, sometimes politically is part of survival in the league. And that's the balance Sanders will have to strike. He has to be himself, but he also has to navigate a system that will try to punish him for it. Right now, the Browns are running out of excuses. Their offense needs a spark. Their fans need hope. And Sanders, whether the coaching staff is ready or not, looks like the answer waiting in the wings. Stephen A. Smith has staked his reputation on it. Ryan Clark has acknowledged the pressure of it. Cam Newton has warned about the challenges of it. But together, their voices tell one story. Shadur Sanders is too big to ignore. The only question now is whether Cleveland will finally let him step onto the field and prove what he's been saying all along, that he's ready. But what do you think? Is Shadur Sanders truly being held back by the system, or is this just part of the process for a rookie quarterback finding his way? Should the Browns finally give him his chance, or should they keep him on the bench a little longer? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.